Young Jamie, can you bring up gorillas ripping faces off? Stone gorilla.
And put it right here. And it's a picture of a gorilla.
Which is not what you're going to see right now.
All right, are we doing introductions or are we just getting into it?
We're just talking. We'll get to it eventually. Where's the knife?
It's in a box.
It's in your pocket.
Are you guys fucking magicians?
No, it's kind of what I was asking.
Sleight of hand?
Don't worry, the knife
it was in your pocket.
You can make an official unboxing.
Oh my god, I hope it's not in your pocket.
How did it happen?
Is it in my inside pocket where I
I was going to be like, it's in my pocket.
By the way, my name's Dakota. I'm the trash admin of this web show. I work for Northern Knives and help them out with their entertainment needs. And I'm joined by our slightly inebriated friend,
Mike. Fucking gives a fuck who I'm from. And you are? Come on, Bubbles. Get it together.
He's still trying to find the knife in his pocket. Hi, I'm Lori. I'm with 3K in Northern Knives and Avenue Cigars. And here
is Allister and the shop manager at Northern Knives.
that's good.
and we're joined by our good friend.
Chuke from Chuke's Outdoor Adventures.
Juke.
YouTube channel.
Definitely check it out.
Yes.
It's full of chukey.
Well, actually, if anybody is here, they've already checked him out.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you for wandering over to our sorry ass from Juke.
So,
He just nods. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alistair, I'm assuming you've got something to unbox from your clothing of some sort.
Me?
Lori?
I don't have anything.
Well, what are we here to talk about?
I don't know, Mike.
What the fuck are you looking at me for? I got a worn out bailout.
I don't know, I thought you had it.
Oh, okay, here it is. Okay, so anyway.
What you got? Ooh.
Oh my.
I have you fucking fake ass motherfucker. So I have an autocrat.
I'm very genuine, thank you.
Well, it's an auto and it's a crat. So it's a crat that's an auto.
A crat? What's a crat?
Yeah.
That's the name of it,
Crat?
the Autocrat?
The
It's
auto
called the
crat.
autocrat.
What's a crat?
Which is, what I'm guessing is,
It's not Google. You can't freaking ask her.
I'm guessing,
Try.
so I'm guessing this is an aluminum frame? Or is it a steel frame?
It's G10.
No, it's G10 scales.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
got to be aluminum. Yeah.
It's got to be
It's
at
gotta be
least an
aluminum.
aluminum frame.
Yeah.
Can I take a closer look at that?
Feels like.
No, not at all.
Yeah, that does
don't
look like
touch
some sort of metallic material in between some
It's
scales.
black.
It's definitely aluminum.
Well,
with
it's some
G10
kind of
scales.
metal.
Yeah.
What we're trying to decipher is, I'm
Aluminum
assuming
frame,
it's
G10
aluminum.
scale.
It's all titanium.
So
No, it's not.
I know.
the specialist said it's aluminum.
It's definitely aluminum.
It's definitely aluminum.
No, it's aluminium.
I would
Aluminum.
figure.
I would say,
I would figure that aluminum would
I spell it.
wear quite a bit, though.
I mean, over time, right?
But I mean, isn't the infidel is
6061, man.
is it really? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So at the time,
And that's rated at like 10,000 firings.
What was that, Chuke?
minimum?
Yeah.
at the time of this filming, it's not officially out for 7
No,
days.
it won't be out. It won't be out for.
Till the 27th.
It won't be out till the 27th.
27th.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But this video will launch before then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, hello, Tomorrow World. what is it O.J. Simpson says? Hello, Twitter world.
Hello, Twitter.
Oh, he definitely did it.
No ifs, ands,
Totally.
buts, or coconuts.
Guilty.
All right.
That's just
So what do we think of the autocrat?
I think it's positive. I think we like it, right?
It's fun,
Why
it's
don't you-
different.
don't you have something to compare it to, Mr. OEDC?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
Luke is carrying a Microtech.
I don't
He doesn't want to bust it out.
Well, I'm getting multiple knives right now, one of which happens to be a Microtech.
Oh.
But some, wait a minute.
Inspired.
How did that happen?
Oh, man. Oh, man.
And an Ultratech. All right,
Yes.
So, a few things that I noticed right off the bat in comparison is
And?
that the Microtech.
What's your observation, Dakota?
This is for store use only.
Okay. We're definitely not selling that.
One of the big observations I've noticed is
It's black.
not only it's anodized blue, but it's not as scary looking, if that makes sense.
as like your infidels, or what are we
Yeah,
talking
it's
here?
it's not as
Or like as a combat Troton.
Yeah,
Because it's
absolutely.
obviously bigger than the Ultratech.
It is, which is
So-
not a small knife.
Yeah.
It's not large, but it's not small.
Yeah. Well, I mean, well, that's why I carried a Scarab forever. Because if you open a Scarab
Yeah.
and you put it next to an open Griptilian,
Yeah.
it's almost identical length. And that's why I liked the Scarab. It was pretty much dead on for EDC.
And no man can open it.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it takes the strength of 3 men to open it.
But I do like the Ultratech. It's just a touch too small for me. I think this kind of
Fits
fits
that
the
bill
bill
a little bit better.
It's light, but it's don't make fun of me, girthy. It's very girthy.
The smooth lines make it look like it's a phaser from Star Trek: The
It
Next
does
Generation.
look like that. doesn't
It looks futuristic.
Okay,
like that.
so
Very futuristic.
So we need to take as soon as we should order some more in, and we should have you Cerakote the blades red, or green or blue. I don't know how,
Yeah,
how
that'd
does,
be cool.
I don't know how the Star Wars universe works.
Can we set phasers to stun? It just says stun right on the blade. Stun!
We would have a nerd come in the shop who would absolutely kill for that.
But I mean, looking at it, there are some obvious differences. It's roughly the same size, but it is lighter. It kind of, well, not even that, but it feels different. It's almost like an insulated material, so it doesn't feel like metal, so it gives the impression of being lighter, where
Yeah.
I think if we had to scale, they'd be very
Well,
close to each other.
isn't G10 just a modern micarta? And micarta was invented by Westinghouse as an insulator. So they would make when they had giant power lines that had to rest on something, they would build these buffers out of micarta. That's how it was invented. That's why it's called Westinghouse micarta.
That explains why it's really popular with fucking journeymen and the
Look at
LBW.
these.
Yeah.
Non-conductive.
Yes, it's absolutely non-conductive.
I like it.
I don't get the fuller though on both of them.
I
Well,
think
because you stab them,
Let's,
motherfucker. You gotta
let's
have
do it
somewhere where
over
the
here.
blood gets
yeah,
out.
let's say the fuller is a nice word for a blood groove.
Let's demonstrate where my hand is.
Yeah.
fuller?
Maybe we should go.
Yeah, fuller. It's the
Right
the
over
line
here
running
where
down
my
the
hand
blade.
is. Focus.
You want to stick it in the table?
No, in his hand, but yeah.
Hey, put your hand down.
And I do dig the anodized finish they have on the screws and on the hardware. You write checks. I will not do that.
I write my checks too.
Well, that's true. So you
Yeah,
wanna
but
hurt
without a
yourself?
hand, you can't write his.
Are you left-handed or right? Oh, there we go.
All right.
No, don't, Mike. Don't.
Okay, just aim for the between the 5th and the 4th finger.
I wasn't even close.
Okay, we're done with this.
No, I wrote
Okay.
these two.
No, we're done. We're
What's
done.
what do we like about the Autocrat?
It has a really smooth action. It's light. It's a light action in comparison to most OTFs I've handled.
Okay, so I'm going to compare it to other side open OTFs from Benchmade.
Yes.
I like this much better than the Tumult
Or the Phaeton.
or the Phaeton
Or the
Precipice.
or the Precipice.
Don't
What
the
was the
Precipice-
what was the HK? What was the,
Tumult
HK
and the
variant?
the
turmoil.
epidemic.
And the Turmoil.
The epidemic.
I like
And the
this
epidemic, yeah.
out of all
It
Benchmade
feels
side
better.
open OTFs.
Yes.
I like this by far. This is the best one, for sure. I liked the Tumult. Everything just seemed a weird variation of the Tumult until this, and this seems like its own animal.
So the reason I like this over like your Precipice or your Phaeton is the size of the
Phaeton.
blade.
Yeah, me too.
Size of the blade.
It's bigger.
They're-
It's bigger than
they're
everything
a
else.
little small on this.
Well,
They
you look
really
at
are.
the Epidemic, the HK Epidemic.
Yeah.
It's giant fucking handle,
Yep.
itty bitty living space.
But look at your Precipice.
You go higher.
It's the same thing,
Yeah, exactly.
right? It's just yeah.
Itty bitty living space.
Thank you for the reference. Everyone needs more Robin Williams on a daily basis.
But I like just the overall size, what this gets done. It's the biggest side open out the front they've ever made, easily. I mean, that's not a point of contention.
It's a good price point too.
It is, and
In line with
it's,
the Infidel, and you have S30 over D2.
yeah,
for this
and
deal.
it's lightweight.
It's fire retardant.
It's fire retardant.
Well, it's G10.
It's
I'm
non-conductive.
sure it'll melt.
It's non-conductive. And then,
It will.
I mean, it has. I've handled a
I don't know
few
exactly when, but
of Benchmades out the fronts. This has a lighter trigger than most of them.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
now, I mean, if I
And
went
it
down
has
the line,
well, it has a lighter trigger than most all fucking
I like the
Microtechs.
G10.
Well, Microtechs are known for having a pretty rough trigger.
They've gotten better over the years.
They have.
All right, Chuke.
Well, as a self-proclaimed tactical guy, I'm drooling over this. This is
It's a nice piece.
cool factor.
Well, I mean, okay, so
Cool factor.
honestly, so as we're all knife people, so we're biased. We are fucking way into knives. So
And I'm not a genuine knife person. This
No,
is
but
way
you-
more tactical than this. This appeals to me
Yeah.
90% more than this. This is like, to me, this is like a working knife, even though it's an auto knife, but this just oozes tactical to me.
and it feels, it almost feels reliable in the hand.
Okay, pause. How many Benchmade Autocrats have you owned?
Me? Have I owned or have I used or
owned. How many have you owned?
Oh, I'm gonna have to say 0.
How many Microtech Autocrats have you owned?
6.
So what does that say, Mike?
Actually, no, 7.
Is this?
But do you think this is a
Gonna
new
be a
generation in Benchmade
game changer?
OTFs?
My next out the front.
Would you own this or would you buy a Microtech? Like
Okay.
Troton? Or a
Honest
Durac
opinion.
or a Durac Delta?
Honest opinion.
I would buy the Autocrat. I would
Yeah?
buy the
Okay.
And I've had
on 27 because this is.
And I've had. Well, I should also say, like, I've had QD Scarab, which is the hardcore Scarab. I've had the
Executive.
I've had the Navy Scarab. I've had the Executive Scarab. I've had
Combat Troton?
I've had a Troton. I've had a Combat Troton.
And a
I've had an
UTX-70.
UTX 70, and I think is that it.
I thought you had a Troton or a.
I did have a Troton. I gave it away.
You had almost all the models.
Just about everything. I've had just about every out the front Microtechs ever, and I carried a Microtech out the front in my pocket, one model and another for easily 7 years, and I haven't carried one for probably the last 2 or 3, and I've been trying to talk myself into, you guys know,
The limited
infidel.
Yeah.
I've been really thinking about that. I was like, I need another out the front. I think that limited infidel is going to do it, and I would rather have this than that limited edition infidel. I think I might own one of these.
Well, that is thinner than the Infidel, but I mean, I don't carry it because it's been torn apart to pieces. But I have a purple Ultratech from like
Yeah.
2014, like the old one.
Is that in pieces right now upstairs?
It sure is.
I gave it.
It's my fault. But yeah.
I let Allister take it apart for pieces because I had like original parts, and then took it apart for a customer, and then took it apart for another customer, and I've had like different pieces put back in it for other customers from my knife, and it's over 5 years old. And
Yeah, it's original chassis, so it's a
It's
squared off chassis.
old.
Yeah,
In
it's-
fact, we have a whole bunch of Microtech spare parts that we got from this guy that used to work at Microtech.
Oh my God, I love
His name was
him.
Matt.
I don't know.
And
but
so
he's the
we
best.
had probably 6 or 8
I love
Microtechs in the shop that needed to be fixed. But Microtech wasn't functioning at the time. Like, you call
Yeah.
and it was voicemail and it was full and everything. And so we just had this collection of fucked up Microtechs. And then when they started answering the phone, there was this new guy, Matt, and we were
Brian.
like, was it Brian? I thought it was
Brian.
Matt.
I thought it was
Either way.
way. Yeah.
And so we're like, so we just named off a list of all these parts we needed, and he just sent us parts
He had a
upon
new
parts upon
blade.
parts. Yeah, new blades, everything. Like,
way.
sent us all these parts.
We got
So we
80 blades.
fixed all these Microtechs, sent them out to the customers, and then we called back and we're like, hey, we need some new parts. And they're like, well, yeah, Matt got fired. We're like, well, he used to send his parts. They're like, yeah, that's why he got fired.
Yeah, understandable.
But we we didn't do, but we didn't do anything
Screws,
counterfeit. I'm
bits,
sure.
everything.
Jesus.
I'm sure other more unsavory places got parts out of him and did
Yeah,
shitty things,
yeah,
but
of course.
all we did was fix a bunch of
Repair
warranty
not,
issues
yeah.
and send them out without
Yeah.
sending them in.
I actually liked him. He was really nice.
He was really nice,
One,
but he's fucking gone as fuck.
Yeah.
One thing I do notice about these, Microtech uses a proprietary bolt,
Very proprietary.
Yeah.
and then you turn it over and, oh my God, Benchmade uses something I can service myself.
But
T6s.
it will void your warranty.
It will totally
careful.
void your
Will it?
warranty.
It will.
Will it?
It will. We've been told.
well,
We've
yes,
been
but no.
told.
It will void.
You know what? Don't modify it. Just because you took it apart and cleaned it out, why would they void your warranty?
This is honestly could be the topic for a whole nother video. That
I feel like-
put on
Get
if you
into
want to.
I will sum it up to this. I feel like we've got Mercedes or Ferrari versus Ford here.
But I have to say, for the price,
Totally.
I would buy a Microtech.
Well, that's the thing.
Wait, how much is this?
400 range.
It's
400.
But I mean, this
infidel
is
price.
sculpted G10.
No.
It
It's
feels
Scarab price.
awesome in the hand.
No, I'm saying it's Scarab price.
And how much is this?
Yeah, but
High
steel-wise,
200s.
you get
High
better
200s,
steel with
okay.
Microtech.
You do get better steel with Microtech for the
I
same
would-
price point.
Rather buy a Microtech for the money and the
But
steel.
okay. Think about this though. What warranty do you get? Where would you rather go?
0, 1.
Because if you have you have a Scarab,
not zero.
a Scarab.
5,
But the thing is, but if you want this size, you have to buy at least a Scarab. And Scarabs don't go to standard warranty center; they go to custom warranty, which takes. Last Scarab we sent in took 3.5 months. Whereas the last Benchmade we sent in took 3.5 weeks.
But
Yeah.
you have to be an authorized dealer or law enforcement to send a Benchmade in. So
but you can go to a local dealer, and if
true.
they'll send it in for you, they'll send it back.
It really is a much more simple process than a lot of people think.
True.
Yeah.
For those that
Not
don't
like you've
know,
ever
it's
worked in that
much
field.
more-
Never.
It's different.
Yeah,
It's
totally
just
not.
like-
Spitballing here.
Yeah,
So.
no.
And
not
here's the other thing too,
not
though.
the
If
same
you
thing,
talk
but
about
it's just different.
if you talk about a straight size comparison, if you want a Scarab, good luck getting a double-edged Scarab. I mean, they're super few and far between.
Yeah.
So if you want a double edge that's bigger than an Ultratech, you're either going Combat Troodon, which is going to add 2 inches. You're going to get a fucking inch of handle and 3/4 inch of blade.
I feel like they're about the same handle-wise, but they have more blade. Because we have a couple upstairs that are that size.
We probably should have brought them down, but
Yeah, this
That's
appeals to me more. This reminds me of like a 60s James Bond knife. This is a Klingon knife from Rigel 7.
this is
yeah.
this is Thunderball. And this is TNG.
This is fucking Goldeneye.
I'm just saying they're
This is
different.
Goldeneye.
They both
Yeah.
have pros and cons.
No, you feel them in the hand. They're roughly
Which
the
is
same weight. This
why-
is deceptive. It looks like it doesn't weigh anything, but it does, and it weighs the same.
I feel the opposite. I feel like it looks like it weighs a lot, but it really doesn't.
It when you feel it, you get that deceptive feel of carbon fiber, even though it's not carbon fiber. It's titanium.
I'm interested in see how that G10 will wear because that spring is obviously fucking rubbing on the top.
Yep.
And especially the little clips at the end of the spring
I wonder.
that are grabbing. You know they're rubbing on the top.
Yeah.
Actually, I got a question for Allister on this one. This is a big
Sure.
one.
Okay.
Does Benchmade have testing machines?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
No.
Called people.
No,
Yeah.
I mean
I've talked about him in a different episode, but
no,
Vlad,
not a person, a testing machine. So
Vlad is the testing machine.
we actually use these at
That's
my,
what we call them.
yeah,
we
Vlad
use-
is the testing machine.
we use these at my other job. They
Yeah.
do exist. You can program them and set them up to perform a repetitive function over and over again.
For 3
So,
weeks, just
yeah, you
straight
could have a
over and
machine just doing this 40 times a minute over and over again. Does
Yeah.
Benchmade have that?
You know, I'm not exactly sure what he does, but the goal with every new design that comes to market
Is to make it fail?
is to break it.
Yeah.
The goal is to break it and make it fail.
I wish I
well.
had that job.
It-
Just,
Yeah, I know.
fuck our shit up, bro.
Here you go, break this.
After a while, I'd be like, oh my god, just break.
I don't
Show
know if
up.
he has a testing
Yeah.
machine or if they
Vlad,
gave him
can
this
you
3
fuck
years
my shit
ago
up?
and we're like, don't stop firing until it
Well,
breaks.
I mean,
But-
obviously they gave it some thought and put the wear parts in metal.
Yes.
And put
Yeah.
the caps, basically the caps in G10.
I'd be curious if we took it apart, if we found out it's a complete shell of aluminum with G10 on top.
Oh, you mean
That was my
like
one thought.
it's
I was
recessed
just
out on the
thinking
G10?
Yeah.
And there's a no, it's not
I
big enough.
really no.
I don't know.
It might happen. Benchmade has the machining tech to do it.
You know what we really got to do is we got to discuss all this shit beforehand because I could have just taken this apart in
No,
fucking 4
we
minutes
would-
and figured
we
it
would
out.
never take it apart.
Yeah, we totally would.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everyone knows. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Everybody knows. Even Medford shouted us out on a video.
Yeah,
It was like,
don't let them board your warranty.
don't let them void your warranty, but
So can I tell you guys what I'm most excited about this knife? Is that if you look at Benchmade and any of their like popular knife designs, like the bug out or what have you, when something is successful, they run with it,
yeah.
right? So this is going to develop. It might not be my favorite Benchmade ever, but it's going to develop into some pretty cool things.
If these are truly just scales, like I think they are,
Dude.
This is going to become the Barbie of OTFs.
Well, I mean, think about like the bug out with the Grivery, right?
Exactly, yeah.
But I mean, now this is G10, so now think of all the colors. I mean,
And
Jesus
there
Christ.
are more bug outs
we
on the way,
offer
so.
4 colors, and we're fucking
Yeah.
here. Benchmade's here.
Yeah.
They can offer any fucking color you want.